I'm listening to, the body, Yasha'al. I'm seeing Yahudah, I'm seeing Yasha'al. I'm seeing the tribes right now, and just as an encouragement to myself and encouragement to others too, is that I'm seeing, and yes, it's true, according to the commandments of Yahuah, that, it's fitting for things like this. Commandments like fringes, commandments like, it's fitting, but a lot of people are missing the reason for these things and why they were given. More than, they're making it more of a mandatory thing to do it, but the fear, the respect of the Most High, not the being afraid, but the true esteem, the kabod of Yahusha is missing. And the fringes are a sign of wings, which is esteem, the respect, how much that we respect him and how mature are we in the Most High. So when my garment enlarges, if it only enlarges in the flesh, which Mashiach spoke about and said, you borders the end of your garment, but inside you are like ravening wolves. You clean the outside of the cup, but the inside you're full of extortion, excess, all kinds of wickedness that people are full of. And Mashiach said this. So he's saying these things don't make any changes just because you wear a fringe, just because you border your garments, just because you look these certain ways and do these things, but you still have not matured in me. Still are like children who are on milk and not as ones who grow up and eat the meat. So I'm examining these things, not to be ignorant, to teach to people that they shouldn't do these things, but that these things are symbols and signs unto the Most High. Meaning that if Mashiach said something like that, which means the Most High don't even care if there's people that's wearing the fringes and they're doing all the proper things, but if their heart is jacked up, immediately they still will die. So people could still meet their death, looking apart, having their beards grown out, having women wearing modest clothing, men doing any kind of thing. So if our actions behind these things are not righteous, the Most High could even pardon the fact that you haven't worn fringes, or pardon the fact that somebody missed to do this right here. Not saying that they purposely had an intention of doing it in their heart, but they can, just like for instance, how Melech Dawood didn't wash his hands before he touched the bread. But according to customs of man and things like that, that people really believe that in order for you to be accepted by the Most High, you had to do this. Now, that's not to knock the commandments. That's not to knock all of these things the Most High said do. We should do these things as we are convicted in the Spirit. And just because someone doesn't feel it in the Spirit, because people are basing obedience off of feelings and emotions. So I'm being convicted about these things too, as far as not doing these things that I know I should be doing, and I'm moving to it in the conviction and not just feeling convicted, but I'm being convicted, and it's helping me to repent. The Most High shows me what I need to tighten up on, whether it's how we eat, whether it's how we treat each other, whether it's how we live, it remind me of that song that Tupac did. He wasn't the greatest man when it comes to how he lived, and I believe he knew that. But there was stuff that he did. There was one thing he did say. We need to, when he did the song Changes, we need to change the way we eat, the way we live, and how we treat each other. I really believe that brother was at the verge of realizing who he was, and he was going to realize, but then he was caught up in that lifestyle. As far as a life that he chose, we all choose different types of pathways for ourselves. We make choices. The Most High designs paths for it and knows even too, that if we do this, this is going to happen. The Most High gives that chance and will to us, which is not our will to do, but gives us some power, a power to choose, a choice, So these are just things that I'm being convicted in my heart for, to encourage you that if you're in a place right now and you're feeling like, I have to hurry up and do this before I be cut off. if the Mashiach come back right now, I'm gonna be cut off because I forgot to put on wrap my head. Come on, you know. And I'm not getting at people. I'm not coming at you for your belief. But the thing is, you know, there are some ridiculous things that we have been taught. See, and the reason why I say ridiculous, because think about it before you disagree or before you digress with what I say. Listen close, because this is not me. This is the Spirit that has moved me tonight. Because I'm not saying it's ridiculous to keep the commandments of Most High, but it's ridiculous how we do it. It's the way in which we do it, the heart and intention in which we have. Why would you do anything in your life because you're scared that what if the king sends out a decree? If everybody doesn't eat pig for 50 days, then you're gonna get slain by the sword, and he shows them an example of how they're gonna die. Are we gonna tell that king? Now, I'm not saying that that's easy to just say no. But when it comes to our lives, if we're more concerned about what a king's decree is, or man's perception of the scriptures is, then that's a fear of judgment. That's the spirit. That's the fear of judgment. It's a spirit of unbelief. You know, it sends us into unbelief. It makes us not go into the respect of the Most High. And the reason why I say unbelief is because when you identify that spirit the right way, most people think fear is just something you feel. A feeling can come from that fear that you have, but it's not just a feeling, it's something that's being stopped. It's a work. So since the Most High told us to work, what is the reason for the work? Mashiach came to be the reason for the work so that we would know that, okay, according to the way that you're doing this, the intention you have behind doing this still makes what you're doing for naught. Even though my Father said that you should do this, but because you don't know the intention to what was written, I had to come and show you. I did not come to abolish the law, neither any of the things that the prophet spoke, and neither anything that my Father have said. I just come to give you the intention for it. And sad thing is, there's more people that is concerned about what was said than why it was said. We should be concerned about both. There should be a balance between the two. You have the mother, and then you have the father. Now, am I calling Yahusha the mother? No, I'm saying that we should have parents. We should have teachers. This is why parents was given to us, to show us what was righteous. And you have one that can caress you and encourage you upon the things that you're doing, and one that will chastise you and be like, hey, that was wrong. I don't care about you crying. Go and do what I said do. But then there's one that goes deeper into the intention. And not only did I whoop you, but I'm going to tell you why I did. Then after I get done, I'm going to also love on you and hope that you do right, and send you off with the instructions that I gave you, and make sure that you do it. The compassion that comes along with that law that was laid down. That's the Torah. So if you right now are in a place that you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I just have to, and within, that is Shaitan that's making you feel that way because of the perception of mankind. Come out of the customs and the ways that man said for it to be done, and get into the heart of why Yahuah, why the Most High said it was supposed to be done. And that will be pleasing. And the more as you do that, you will have the balance between why you do what you do, and you won't condemn others for doing it and look at them and be like, they're in sin, they're going to hell. We want to judge everybody to the judgment. They're going to be judged. They're going to be nothing. The plaid's going to fall down on them. Well, even with you, with your fringes, with your head wrap, with all of these things, with your bordered garments, and all of these prophecies that you speaking out the scriptures and don't understand, the same judgment will fall back on you. Now, the Most High forbid. But what we do, the Most High said in Yahuah, chapter 23 and 24, he said, these people, they bid you to observe these things. They sit in Masha's seat and his authority. And they say, hey, they bid you to observe these things, but they wouldn't even move to do these things themselves. They tithe much anise and cumin. At that time, those are like were seasonings, different things and herbs and things of the world and of the earth. They would give precious things. But even to do the matters of the law, they would dare to do. And there's those ones that don't see it important. Now, I'm speaking to the ones that don't see it much important. If the Most High is convicting you up on something in the Word, move to doing it. Don't let another day go by. I'm a testimony of that. Now I'm speaking to the other side of the people that doesn't take the commandments much serious. They should. We shouldn't sweep it under the rug and say, well, that's it. That doesn't matter. He knows my heart. Yes, and if the Most High sees our heart, and most definitely does know our heart, and if the heart is wicked, and the heart says, I don't want to do it and rebel against the things that the Most High is saying do, then we will be judged according to our intention. It was always about intentions from the beginning until now. And the intentions of man is what got us here. The intent, why somebody did it, and then the Most High did get a compassion. Why there's people out there that are so afraid and they're so used to the feminine side of the spirit that they don't want no strictness of the spirit. They don't want the fullness of it. Just the part that goes, it's going to be okay. You're going to have joy and peace. And we know we've been in sin. Even myself. There's times where I wanted to be comforted in the spirit when I was supposed to be judged rightfully to be, man up. Gird up your loins. Pull your pants up. Be a man. And I wanted someone to speak smooth to me. But that's the father, and then you got the mother. You got the mother and the father. You got, which I'm not telling everybody to get into this whole worldly thing of, we was all birthed out of women, so we should praise the woman. No, the Most High created everything. So if you feeling that way, I know that the Spirit just moved me to say this because I'm seeing the eyes of the Most High is in every house. I'm not calling myself the Most High, but the Most High can use anything as eyes. While they think they watching us right now, these so-called false lights, how dark that light is, and that it is written. What I just said, it is written. Oh, how dark is that light? That's the Illuminati, or those so-called light bearers of the earth, the ones that's watching everything, or the all-seeing eye of Horus. I don't give no esteem to that. I give all esteem to the Most High, Al-Roi or Al-Ra'ah, which is the one who sees all. That's the one whose eyes is in every house seeing the good and evil. And if we don't take that to consideration, then we will be destroyed. So don't do it because you're afraid of what the Most High will do. Do it because you want to have that offering and relationship. Are you in a relationship just because you were forced to? Was this a forced relationship? Because if you treat it like you're scared to do what you're supposed to be doing, and what you should already have in your heart's intention to do with why you even went into the relationship or marriage, or even in fellowship and friendship with people, while you're continuing to call people mishpaka, but you don't check on them. You don't see how they're doing. You don't ask them how they're doing. But then as soon as something bad happens in your life, now you want to check up on mishpaka. Now you want to go and get things right in the relationship because there's judgment involved. So do you serve the Most High because there's judgment involved, or do you serve the Most High because you love the Most High? And do you know why the Most High loves you? You don't have to know fully, but the scripture does give us a description. It is written that he first loved us. We could not love him first because we wasn't looking for him. We was in our ways. We were whores. Whereas the term they use today is hoe. And that's just honest. Being honest with y'all, this is just as much for me as just as much as for you too. So I give this message to give this to you today. This was very unexpected, and this is for New Kingdom Vision. I pray that somebody out there be encouraged. And if anyone gets ready to come against this, you are not coming against me, you are coming against the Most High. The Most High sees. The Most High sees what you're doing right now. And if you are not convicted, then this means you are a judger of the law. And most likely, you are the judge of the judge. How you going to judge the judge who sees everything? Because the Most High sees everything, we have to take it serious. The Most High is good, and the compassions endure forever, as long as we desire to do what the Most High says. Now, I'm just speaking, and I know these things coming from Ruach. There's somebody right now that's going through it. All these things that are going on right now, and you're kind of stuck in between I don't want to be judged by the Father, and man, I have to do this right now. Man, I got so much to do. Will the Father be upset with me because I have to handle these things and take care of my family? Or would the Most High be upset with me right now because I'm doing this and I may not have this all together? No, it's by His perfection. It's by its perfection. Its perfection, which is the Spirit that comes upon you or in you, within you, to move, and you have to make the decision to move to doing it. That shows if you truly desire the thing. Then while we're working too, for those who are laboring in the Most High right now, those who are laboring in your labor, don't be afraid in your labor. Know that while you do the labor is to encourage someone else. While you're encouraged and while the Most High is taking care of you, don't fear judgment. Don't fear judgment. The judger will not judge you because you are it. You are laboring for it. As long as you labor from the heart. If you give your parents something to be afraid of, you ever seen where a parent, right? A parent will whoop a child, right? Give them a whooping. Not beat, but whoop them. Just chastise them because they kept flinching like they did something wrong. And you like, why you keep looking like that? I'm just speaking to you generous, and I'm just asking you a simple question, and the kids jumping all like they about to get in trouble. And you be like, hey, did you finish cleaning up your room? And they be like, and they start running and going crazy and stuff. And I wasn't even about to whoop them or anything like that. I would just ask them, did they finish? Because if they didn't, they about to go in there and finish it now. But they be thinking because they didn't do it right away, which we do have to have a sense of urgency. But you see what I'm saying? So the parents give them something to be afraid about, and they did nothing wrong. And let's not even use the room cleaning the room example. Let's say the kid didn't even do nothing wrong, but they just so used to being snapped in shape by those parents when they're not doing something right, or that father figure that's not doing something right? Or that mother that may be like, you ain't supposed to be doing that. They may have gotten used to that chastisement, which is love. Even in the book of Proverbs, it says, if you don't chastise the child, then you do not love them. It is written. So the Most High chastises us because it loves us, but it will not destroy us. And that's something we shouldn't be afraid of, is being destroyed. We are in the secret place of the Most High, and we abide under the shadow of the Almighty. As long as we do the things from the heart, do the best you can do. If 20% is the best you could do a whole 20%. Go in for the Most High the best way that you possibly can. Do not allow Shaitan to make you fear today. You are not supposed to walk fearful. That's sin. It is a sin. If we walk in unbelief is not doing the works, or in doing the works we're wavering and still scared and acting as if we are already judged. As if the Most High has already cut us off because we're scared of being cut off. When the Most High comes back, it's coming back for a children, for a people that it knows it's coming for. See, we have to just rightfully live naturally. Don't let somebody else next to you tell you how this thing must be done. If they're not in the Ruach and they're not being led in the scriptures, they can read a scripture and easily interpret it to what they think it means. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be a child. It could be an old man. It could be somebody in the village. It could be somebody in your own house. Make sure that they're in the Ruach when they tell you how to do and handle a specific thing. Because there are depths to the word of the Most High. And that's why Mashiach had to come. And yet still our people are suffering is because they don't understand it. And they're afraid of judgment. Because we know we're not walking right or walking with the right intention. So I give this word today Not to scare you, not to make you afraid, but to comfort your spirit. Do the word of the Most High. Do it in love. Do it. Remember that time that the Most High saved you and why. The Most High saved me in the fear and when I was rejected. And in rejection, I felt rejected. I felt like I ain't have it all together. And the Most High came to me when I didn't have it all together. So why are we judging people that's still coming into the truth? Why are we judging them? Why are we calling them Edomites? Why are we calling them Amalekites? Why are we looking at these people like they're wicked? Remember your wickedness? And who's to say? Everybody is fighting to get back to where we once were. So why? 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 It's so easy. You judge that brother, it's coming back. It's like a boomerang. It's coming right back. Love your brother, love your sister. And if they don't got it together, humbly come to them. Let them feel your love, not your judgment. Let them feel both. If they're out of line, let them feel how serious this is, but don't do it without love. Don't come and never cut somebody and leave them bleeding, then be like, shalom, bye. I gotta go and tend to what I gotta go do. Shalom. You know I just got done stabbing you, but shalom. That's wicked. And the Most High will revisit you for what you just did or didn't even know you did because you're so used to doing things out of condemnation and not conviction. It's two different things. Allah, Yahuah. Shalom to you. I love y'all. I say this out of the spirit of the Most High, and I pray that everything that was said that you felt, and not just felt, but that it pierces enough for you to go do what the Most High told you to do and how the Most High told you to do it. Not how you perceive it to be and not how I perceive it, but the way that the Most High visions it. The restored vision, not just a new thing, because it's not only something that's new according to the English, but the restored, the repaired, the Kadash, Mamlaka, the vision, the answer, the response, the ra'ah, to see, to visualize, like the Nabi did, or like his followers did. He showed a new thing and gave meat to those who wanted it and desired it to go deeper. And those are the remnant who will find it. The remnant is not many, but it is few. For this very reason of pride and stubbornness that people wouldn't receive a message like this is the reason why our people suffer, and the reason why the prophets, the Nabi'in before us, are saying these things, are doing these things. So I don't want to make this long, but I just want to speak to y'all. It ain't come with a nice old great introduction like it always do, and sweet like it always is. But it's just straight to the point because that's how the Most High wants it to be. Ahaba atah. To you and your mishpaka, Yahuah brakata mishpaka, Yahuah brakata aki or akuti, who is listening to this, whoever this lands on, let it be sweet. Let it be sweet to your spirit. Let it really speak to you right now. Let it really stir within you right now. Let it stir your gifts. And if you feel it like a fire right now, Allah Yahuah, I pray that it ignites your spirit, it lights you up, and that you get to work. Hallelujah. In the name of Yahusha HaMashiach. Toda Yahuah, so be it. Amen.
If you liked this video, please subscribe and click the notification bell to see more. Thank you for watching.